Welcome to Sharpeville Fieldhouse for tonight's basketball games. As you know, tonight is a very special night. Last school year, we had one of our most successful sports years in school history. Almost every single one of our Wakefield High School sports teams qualified for the state tournament last school year, and several of our teams won league championships, sectional championships, and state championships. It was certainly a great year to be a Warrior. Coming into this school year, the bar had been set extremely high by last year's graduating Wakefield High School seniors. And I knew it would be extremely difficult for our teams to repeat the amount of success we had last year. But as they say, you can never underestimate the heart of a champion, and anyone that follows Wakefield High School sports knows you can also never underestimate the heart of a Warrior. This past fall, our Wakefield High School student athletes proved this once again as they continue to make history. For a number of our teams, we saw records broken, championships won, and memories that will be made that will last a lifetime. If there was a downside to any of these historic moments, it was that many of these historic moments occurred in locations far, far away from Wakefield High School. For example, all the way down to Rutgers University in New Jersey, our Wakefield Warrior Marching Band placed 9th at the United States Regionals. About an hour away, at Fort Devens, our boys cross country team won their second consecutive All-State championship. All the way down in Weymouth, Massachusetts, our dance team became state finalists for the third consecutive year. And of course, all the way down to Foxborough, Massachusetts, our football team won the state championship inside Gillette Stadium. Tonight, we get to recognize each of these great teams for their amazing accomplishments at home right here in Wakefield in front of their hometown fans. So this time, I'd like to ask for your help in introducing the captains of each of these amazing teams. First up, I want to introduce our Wakefield High School dance team. The dance team made history. There we go. The dance team made history by becoming state finalists for the third consecutive year in a row and the fourth time in the past 5 years. As one of the top teams in Massachusetts, the dance team earned a bid to nationals, and they were invited down to Tampa, Florida to perform during the pregame and halftime show of the NCAA's ReliaQuest Bowl, which was held in Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Throughout the season, the team took first place at a number of dance invitationals, but their success was not limited to the dance floor. The team also carried a 3.81 GPA, which made them eligible for the NCAA Academic Excellence Award. At this time, I'm going to hand it over to our Wakefield High School dance captains.
I'm Caroline Guanci.
I'm Lizzie Rooks.
I'm Jessica Yannikopoulos.
And I'm Jessica Offrey.
We would just like to thank Candace and Alex, our wonderful coaches. We wouldn't be as successful as we were without them. We'd like to thank Mr. Kent for always having our back, and of course our parents for being our #1 support system. Oh, and the rest of the team for making our senior year really awesome. So thank you guys.
I'd like to ask anybody on the dance team, please stand. There we go. Let's get it up for the Wakefield High School dance team. I'm going to ask the captains, please step over here. We're going to take a quick picture in front of the Red Sea with the rest of the student section. Let's get it up for our Wakefield High School dance team. And the next team we want to recognize has a very long tradition here in Wakefield, dating back decades. Their director, Mr. Tom Banker, recently informed me that this was their most competitive season ever, which is really saying something. Just like our dance and football teams, which are being honored tonight, our Wakefield Warrior Marching Band is a huge part of the success that occurs up at Landry Field each season. I'm honored to have the marching band at all of our home football games each season, and I was thrilled to see them make the trip down to Gillette for the Super Bowl. This past season, the marching band and color guard went undefeated in all their regular season competitions. They earned a gold medal at States, a platinum medal at New England's, and they were invited down to the United States Regionals at Rutgers University, where they took 9th place. At this time, please join me in welcoming Captains Max McDonald and Sophie Seidman.
Hi, I'm Max McDonald. I was a drum major for the marching band this past season. This is Sophie Seidman from the left. I just want to say thank you to everyone that went to any competitions, anyone that was involved in the band. Most importantly, the parents are a huge part of making our band successful, and the staff and the music boosters involved. So I just want to say thank you to everyone.
Yep, you guys head right over there. And Red Sea, feel free, you guys can stand up if you want. Or not. Let's get it up for our marching band. Just like the marching band, this next team has an incredibly strong tradition here in Wakefield, with a long line of former state champions, all-scholastic runners, and warrior greats. Year in and year out, our Wakefield High School cross-country team is consistently ranked among the best in the entire state. The program has become so strong in recent years that they are almost always considered as one of the preseason favorites to contend for a divisional state championship. But for those people in the crowd that are not familiar with cross-country, there is an even bigger prize that the team competes for, the coveted All-State Championship. All-States is where they combine the state champions from each division and run them against each other to see who is the best of the best throughout the entire state. Last school year, in 2021, our Wakefield High School team won the All-State Championship for the first time since 1972. Coming into this school year, head coach Perry Pappas knew he would have another strong year. Coach Pappas had all-scholastic runner Leaf Jones returning to the lineup, as well as Ben Stratton, who just recently committed to run at Tufts. But many of the other runners from last year's 2021 All-State Championship team had graduated. If the team had any chance of repeating as All-State champs, Coach Pappas would need many of his younger and less experienced runners to step up in a big way. It is hard enough to win one All-State championship, but to win two years in a row after graduating half of your lineup, a lot of people throughout the state thought that would be impossible. But once again, you can never underestimate the heart of a champion, and you can never underestimate the heart of a Wakefield Warrior. At this time, I want to introduce the captains of our back-to-back All-State champions, Leaf Jones, Ben Stratton, and Matt McCoy.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Thank you so much for the parents, the boosters for helping our season come together, the banquet, for it all. Thank you so much to Perry Pappas, absolutely incredible leader. The team wouldn't be successful without him. And thanks to these guys at my side.
Let's get it up for the boys cross country team. And by the way, all these trophies are going to be on display during the game for anybody that wants to go over and take pictures with all the championship trophies. As I've said a few times already tonight, you can never underestimate the heart of a warrior. Of all of our championship teams this past fall, our final team might have lived up to that slogan the most. Unlike our cross-country team, none of the sports writers around the state were predicting that our football team would win a state championship this year. In fact, we weren't even in the conversation. I'll never forget, as our team was warming up for their 4th game of the season against Stoneham, they noticed a huge media presence up at Landrigan Field. The Boston Globe, the Boston Herald, all the major media outlets were at the field. But they weren't there to watch Wakefield. They were there to cover Stoneham coach's 200th career victory, which they assumed he would get over Wakefield. The Warriors went on to win that game 28-6. That wasn't the only time the so-called experts were to pick against Wakefield, and that also wasn't the first and only time the Warriors would prove them wrong. But it never bothered our football team, it just fueled their motivation and made them better. The football team would go on to finish the regular season with a perfect 8-0 record and qualify for the state tournament. Despite entering the state tournament with a perfect record, Wakefield was given the number 6 seed, and few expected the Warriors to make it very deep. In order to win the entire state championship, Wakefield would have to defeat the number 3 seed, the number 2 seed, and the number 1 seed. Just like winning back-to-back cross-country all-state championships, most people thought this would be impossible, to beat the number 3, number 2, and 1 seeds in back-to-back-to-back games. But once again, never underestimate the heart of a warrior. Despite having the most difficult road to the championship of any team, on December 3rd, the Warriors defied all odds and found themselves playing in the Super Bowl in Gillette Stadium for a state championship. In the Super Bowl game, the Warriors would go on to defeat the number 1 seed in what was one of the most exciting and most entertaining high school football games I've ever seen. With the win, the team finished with a perfect 13-0 record, which is the best record in Wakefield High School football history. At this time, please join me in welcoming the captains of our Super Bowl championship team, Javen Willis, Ian Dixon, Nathan Delgado, and Christian Delgado.
First, we'd like to thank our coaches and teammates for pushing us every day. And then next, the boosters and Mr. Ken for supporting us, and the fans being at every game. So thank everyone for coming and supporting us.
All right, guys, let's get it up for our Wakefield Warriors Super Bowl champions. Once again, all these championship trophies will be on display over there for anybody that wants to take pictures. Thank you for that ceremony. Best of luck to our basketball team. Thank you.